And we're live. Should be live. Yep, we're live. Alright. So I should not be culinarian right now. I made it to level 18 on culinarian. Also made it through some of the culinarian quests off screen, but I should not be culinarian right now. There we go. Marauder. Much better. Hold on just a moment. There we go. Better attend to the crystal here. Wait, do I have another message already? No? No? Okay. There we go. I keep forgetting I have a sprint button. I need to... Hold on one moment. Hold on one moment. Nanu sent me how to get a chocobo and... Instead, complete... Climb to level 20. Complete Lord of the Inferno mission. Unlock hero... Lord of the Inferno. Have I completed Lord of the Inferno? I have no clue. I have no clue. How do I know? Yeah, it doesn't say Lord of the Inferno on here. I don't think I finished it. I don't think I've even started it. So I better hurry and get it done. It must be main quest, because it said it has a jagged outline. Okay. We are here. But where here do we go? You? Tataru? Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above, to quench my thirst for you. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Ah! I would think you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... Here at the behest of Y'shtola. My sincerest apologies. May I have your name? Poppy Combatier. Poppy Combatier. Ah, here you are. Ahem. I bid you welcome into the Walking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The Ascendant is with the Solar. I should let her know to expect you. It's within the Solar. God, I can read. Wait. Nope. I take it you are Poppy Combatier. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. No. I'll take the bronze.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and a word from me, they will gladly afford you a certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tadaru. The pleasure is mine, lady. My lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves as a greater good besides. Well, that was a valuable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can afford you, I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Helpful NPCs can be hired out to hire by players to carry out certain tasks, as storing excess guilds and gear, or selling unwanted items on the market. Sunderfield Adventures. Okay. So is that how I sell stuff on the market? We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest... I think I've heard all this. I do not know what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, Poppy.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there. Welcome. Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. I have been expecting you. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
He has a long
At
neck.
the Battle of Carteneau, we sought out
Oh,
Minfilia
oops.
and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the 7th Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina & Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye. The evidence left behind implicates the Emoja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, fair lady.
Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is likely that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that seemed to be a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Eastern Thanaland. Ah, that's so far. That's so far from here. Ah. Thus begins my journey. Where do I go to get out of here? I forgot. Here. Thus begins my journey. Whoa! 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 I took a lot of damage from that fall. How the heck? How do I get back up? Dang it! Note to self, take a bridge. Got a long way to go. How's chat doing? Almost there. Ow. We made it. Aye, I'm missing Bard. Here's a search for the missing folk, I take it. Menphilia sent word that an adventurer fitting a description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here do have come to look at me for leadership. You'll my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victim safely returned. Glamour Dispeller. Let's get right to it then. Menphilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all the places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of St. Adema, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. Poor souls deserve a proper burial, and I would see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You'll find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you might even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in this area. So is this how I'm supposed to get out of here? Because I jumped off a wall to get down here. Ow. It's good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You've done a noble deed this day, I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such a massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if one were among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reason for these vanishings. 12 forbid it to be so. There's a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not to speak to you. Oh, hey, it's this guy. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Isambird. Folks around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run so if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before, what with all the disappearances. You can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Please, miss, just leave me be. I've nothing to say but this. Thaltake who or whatever's been feeding us off us little folk. One sec. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them, terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place ain't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Whoa! What is that a behemoth? Is that a behemoth? It's a big boy at the very least. Welcome back, Poppy. Have you learned out of import? I see. I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. No. Give me the bronze. Where am I going? Clergy. Wait, I need to talk to him again. God, all this armor is so much weaker than what I have. Oh, because the armor I have is from the what is it? The Forge quests. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than at the church of the Saint Adama Landama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. So long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request I grant you, but it must be borne burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marcret. He tends to the graves of the Lich Yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. Okay, where am I going? Over there. I am Marquet. Yes, a body, of course. Oh, he's an old man. Of course, there have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, miss. If you seek a place of burial, then there is an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. Up here? Over here? No. Up here? Ow. Wait, am I not done with it? I need to bury it. God damn it. Ow. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people. I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orson can. She's been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You will find Sister Orkin within the church walls. I hear you've done a service by burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you next see him. You seek the knowledge of the missing Drybone inhabitants? It is true that I am closer to the people than any other of the Order. I confide in them, and know that they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marquet would be more helpful in the matter. I pray you did nothing to offend. He did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior befits the church. I received word not too long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at this conduct. I must have words with Marquet, and soon. Dang it. Thank you, Poppy. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Poppy? Oh, it's him. A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning of what has become of these missing persons and why. I, too, spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service of the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Orcan herself? Orcan? She wouldn't! She couldn't! Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper, Marquet, I swear that to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Neither of these are as good as the gold. Sister Orcan, it cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, and is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. But no, it could not be she... Could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Poppy, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orsan's activities. Where's the boy? All dogs go to hell. What kind of name for a quest is that? So what? Oh, he's all the way over there. Please help! Sister Orchid went out on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. What if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her. You are the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when it did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. And you spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. Hold on just a second. Okay. Ow. Sister Orkin was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar? Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the memories of orphans and risking her own well-being in the doing, no less? Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. Level up! I'm well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orkin. It seems she received greater injuries from her attackers than she initially let on. Thankfully, she's expected to make a full recovery. But now on to the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at the Amalja encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding those disappearances. Gotta go up. This whole place is just like a canyon. Why couldn't you have built your town in a better place? Ah! How do I get out of here? think I made it. Maybe I should be picking up the side quests because they were pretty high level. I don't know. Ah, there you are, Poppy. So good of you to come. Indeed, we've heard all about good Sister Orkin. Isabel said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. False though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Orkin near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let us say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me why I requested you, dear Poppy. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? In here? Well, did anything tickle your fancy? This leaflet. See the wealth of nod to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Naldal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe that one among the order penned this. Please take this to the end at Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Orkin makes of it. Back to Drybone. No, I'd rather run, save the money, because I'm going to need money for buying materials for cooking later. I hit a wall! Can't just buy the materials from the shops. I need to buy them in the player market, and it's expensive. It's expensive, man. I might take up a different class just to get the materials, like botany. My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? What is this? Blasphemous! Those are not our teachings at all. This is not made by any true brother or sister of the order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the order to deceive the people? The plot thickens, Poppy. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There's no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell him Isambard what we have learned here. Where's the exit? I am lost once more. I have found my way. Posing as a priest, to think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Poppy. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets and bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Poppy and me serve like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare the hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in a battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smells and the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Poppy. So as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at the camp and are desperate for coin. And to this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard lent us and beg us for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Where is it? Don't mind the other armor. Don't mind the other armor. I'm just a poor man. I'm just a poor man. I'm just a poor Lalafell. Don't mind the armor. The teachings of Azima, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azima is the keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want naught for the end of her days. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Begone, and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. That is adorable. And also somewhat creepy. What is it? Oh, gods, not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep to your own kind by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? Who else do I pester? Someone in the inn? No. No. Someone in here? Yep. Greetings, good madame. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out of the pond north of Sandgate. And I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Poppy. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor of the commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. In the eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Yeah, right. Disguise. A fine morning for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Poppy. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. I have a helmet. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. So sad, so true. There's no way for men to live, no way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child. I mean no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Nald, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me! Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, not born. Some moons ago, the Amal-Jah raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage as well. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I know, so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amal-Jah in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Gold Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted a schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the Venerable and give them over to Amal-Jah. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence? You could have sought out the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak! The... was good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not even see a fraction of what the Amal-Jah pay me. You sacrificed innocence so you could line your own pockets? Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourself or the gods. Not you again! Well, are you the one leaking the immortal flames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No! I know nothing about that, I swear it! At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth, but no matter, there'll be time enough to learn the truth. Poppy, be a dear and take word of these developments to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Can I put on my regular clothes now? My regular armor. Wait, where am I going? I'm not going that way, am I? But I need the coin! Wait, I have teleport free tickets. I have the tickets! I can do it for free! Hold on, I'm just gonna make a note for myself. A couple of notes. Dry bone. So I don't forget where the side quests are. Oh, I clicked back into the application and I made it go small. Oops. I want to remember what the side quests are and what order to do them in, so that when I come back with a different class, I'll be able to do them. Been annoying to have to go through 2 instances to get to Minfilia. Welcome back, Poppy. I am pleased that you and Thancred are beginning along. I see you've done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amaljar know the answer. Suffice to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots, and he is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him to use it to demonstrate his craft for you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke and all the way will become clear. Okay, where am I? The bonfire. I'm gonna run out of these tickets eventually. Alright, I'm gonna take a short break. Just like 5 minutes or so. I'll be right back. Okay. I am back. Scott, who is that blender come to tent ring and Muderic's bubbly pots? $50 tools, drinks, and air shelf. When full of air shelf, flighty tools change to stony shine, name of materia. If materia join with other flighty tool, then Big Eyes flighty tool gains power of airy shelf. Psst, Scott Munirix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Milifa, Minfidia. Yes, Tunkflaps reaches a Munirix with fastness. Minfidia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings flighty tool to Mutivix, yes? Score! Flighty tool is unstrung as eating tool. Make good teachy show of power of materia. The materia, master. Now eyes of Uplander point at flighty tool, yes? Psh, score! Materia join with flighty tool. Flighty tool gain power of materia. Flighty tool reborn. Here, Uplander take flighty tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constitutions from a piece of equipment, then crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with the owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to gear, you imbue a host of item with its power. That's how Master Mutinmix turned that dagger of yours from some that would struggle to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Psst, Skull! Uplander wishes to be joiner in materia? Then Uplander best fill Braincase with knowledge of crafty making. With knowledges of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants Braincase to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Mutamix. I'll worry about that later. Right now I want to keep playing and hope that I can get a mount. Also, dang it, they're having me travel all the way back again? Do I want to use the teleport ticket? I must be using a second. Okay. That must be a paid thing. I wish there was a crystal in the city with the walking sands. Because now I still have to walk all the way over there. Yeah, I wish there was a crystal here. The waking sand, sorry, not the walking sands. And they should really have this as the same instance. Welcome back, Poppy. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of material can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Poppy, so make it your ally. Now, it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you are ready to begin. Lord of the Inferno! Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. Oh, he revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungus attend as planned. As the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Poppy. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me to tell you to save some time for him. Or save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Back to Drybone again? Yo, Term! Welcome to the stream, Term. having me go back and forth, making me use up all my transport tickets. It's not fair, I tell you. What is this? Inferno axe. Public transport should be free and available and free to the masses. It's available, it's just not free. In here? Yep. Ah, you're Poppy Combator of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize them from the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizardmen aren't aware that their man, Ungust, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous points to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds, Poppy. Let's make sure it does. Lie in wait at the Invisible City, which is where? Oh, okay, up there. Thank God I don't have to use my tickets again. I just have to walk. Get me out of this maze of a town. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good. We move as soon as the Armaljar appear. Yes, sir. Ah! What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the Immortal's flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? 'Twas almost as if someone was feeding information from the inside. Your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. Well, heck. Put up your weapon or your comrade's a dead man. Behind you! Lightbringer. The rest of you march. Traitorous scum. Fear the Amalja man mean to give us their god as to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death when steel in hand. Bowl of Embers now accessible. I am nowhere. I can technically travel there. There we go. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Almighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhood. If it pleases you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. Bloody hells. Bring those too as well. What's going on? This isn't what we agreed. None but the servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No! Spare me, I beg you! Pitiful children of men, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who once stand against us shall burn. Oh, mighty Ifrit, my one true God. Your words are my bread. Impossible! By what sorcerer do you resist my master's will? Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon ye. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear, thou art of the goddess's blessed number. The paragons warned of thine aberrant kind, thine existence is not to be suffered. Oh, jeez. She's dead! I forgive my lateness. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives, no less than I expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Poppy. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would have never left you to face it alone. You've been given a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say? This way, sir! So that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Uldan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 13th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We have wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You've been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware, woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Everyone is gone. No commendations. I received 2 player commendations. I couldn't give any though. Ah, there you are, Poppy. Come, rest a while. You have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Umajar will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered. But it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all of our misfortunes, there's still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. This is the deed of no ordinary individual, Poppy. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary, On the contrary, I have long suspected that you had the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing of the tidings of her. To her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax, and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? This realm's problems won't solve themselves. I'm gonna turn this quest in because then I can start getting a mount. Wait, am I right here? Where am I? Where am I? Where the heck am I? Where am I? Why is my map saying that I'm in this area? I'm not in this area. This is not where I am. I'm in Camp Drybone. Oops. Wrong button. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. No, this is a girl. Thancred told us the news of his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. My late arrival nearly cost Poppy her life. I wasn't there when the Amaljar took her prisoner. And I wasn't there when I served her to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle she survived, but that does not excuse the fact that she never should have had to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Poppy, it is good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your hero exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You've done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put pay to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar instances have been rife in both Limsa Lominsa and Gridani of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume aether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more aether they require. Now, aether exists through creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of aether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why to the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of aether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who would worship the primals cry out to the gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or aetheric coalescence, which grants the beings a physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful the god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When you first came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Poppy. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I'm sorry to report that they are all to be put to death, the flames with whom you are imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse, but once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but to worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, so that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Poppy. But should I be going, I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. Well, heck. God forgive me. How many more lives? Louisoix would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without the thought of reward, confirming to Y'shtola that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the Primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Poppy. Or rather, you have guests. Beg pardons! Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understanding that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Laminsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Poppy, your recent exploits have gone... Each organization would have Ifrit's bane for its own. To the end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Poppy's deed spread so quickly. That the immortal flames should know of her triumph is to be expected. But what of the other grand companies? Beep! Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Combator. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of a valiant woman such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Combator. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A woman of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. As do many others in Limsa. Long before the rest of Eorzea took note, your name was well known to us, owing to your valorous deeds on behalf of our citizens. It is only natural we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Laminsa to the shores of glory. Lady Minfilia! Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, mayhaps a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on the matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the material, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Laminsa, the Order of the Twin Adder in Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may prove useful to you in other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet, I concede that it is no small choice you face. Ah, a thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. As part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to make you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Poppy hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your officer. Your answer. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of a great power, Poppy, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one woman again amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Poppy, and you've the power to help shape it anew. None can say where the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there's naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will appraise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Okay, hold on just a moment. Complete lore of the dimension to unlock hero making. Join the Grand Company. Company you keep. Have I completed the company you keep quest line? No. How do I get the company you keep quest line? Hold on. I guess it's the first quest for joining. Hold on. I'm sorry about the attention you're getting, Poppy. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often, to a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place? If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seatseer Ken Isena will deliver her address at Miketo's Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where Flame General Rauban Alden will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you'll make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Laminsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merwid Bluffswortham will be giving her address. The room is accessible to the Admiral's lift. And identify yourself to the Sentry Zenthale, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. So in other words, I can visit them in any order. That's worth a ticket. Okay. So it doesn't really matter. Okay.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood.
Hold on. Can you not pop up things when I'm playing games? Game overlay. Do not enable game overlay. That'll do.
Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us.
Sorry for the intermittent stopping.
Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, Some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
All the elementals!
We must think of the children!
If you'll permit me, Alfino. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have content with 2 beast tribes. The Ixal are progressively the more troublesome, being of naturally warlike disposition, and want to summoning the bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict their last resort. Although they do clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty. The one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving... Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. And whether the Grandonians like it or not, sooner or later it will come out to an all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them, then? Oh, that was him. I want to get my mount by the end of the night. Dang it! Use a ticket! My map is broken. I'm not here. Wait. There we go.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanima herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ur dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion, laid low.
7th! It was the 7th, not the 3rd, not the 12th, not the 13th. I'm a Dumbo.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Guardians make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people. Ya for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Rauban? People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the Inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
How's she getting down, though?
Forsooth!
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these 5 past years, the Guardians have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Uldar has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming that he had the coin, resources will be ever finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amaljar are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldan send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the Immortal Frames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventure of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. Here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our Grand Company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
And remove him!
Gather the lads!
Ha! Where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Laments is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence wasn't troublesome enough, the Gallians have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lamentians' backyard. And that is to say naught of the internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there's no end to blood feuds between various factions, and whilst they fight among themselves, the Gallians whet their blades and watch. If the Lamentians are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. And will you set sail with the Admiral? Puppy, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope? Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence! Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them at the Walking Sands, it would not do them in any suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back! Dang it. We both use sprint at the same time, I think. Yeah, at the exact same time. That was funny. Welcome back, Poppy. Were the Grand Company leaders' words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such high demand. Were that there were more of you, Poppy. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take the moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady! We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Okay, so now I pick one of them. I'll pick Storm, I guess. How was the Admiral's speech? Ah, but you need not explain. That you stand before me now is answered enough. You've resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? That's the spirit, lass. With allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Let us brave the seas together, friend. Now as the choice is made, it's time to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to Maelstrom Command back in Limsa. 'Tis on the upper decks, in case you've forgotten. I will send word to our personal officer to expect you. The duties of a Maelstrom soldier can be both arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift and your bearings sure. Sure has me using these tickets a lot. Hail, adventurer. What business have you at Maelstrom Command? My name is Poppy Combatter. I believe you're expecting me. I'm here to enlist if you will have me. Poppy Combatter! I, a recruitment officer, sent word of you coming. It shall be my honor to induct you into the ranks of the Maelstrom. Now, before I can accept your oath, you must beware of several... Sir! What is it, Private? And this had better be important. Sir, we've received a report from a lookout in Lower Lunesca, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon a high-wind Skyways airship. The vessel is in a bad way, sir, and appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood? Damn it, we have no troops available in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down on the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. Combator, this is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in service to the Maelstrom must need to be unofficial. If our man in Lower Lunesca is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of its occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you in upon your return. Dang it. I want my mount. Why is this guy running like a Naruto ninja? Your word for my brother? Ha! The pride of the guild, eh? My brother's placed quite a burden on your shoulders, it seems. But from what I have witnessed, if any marauder has the skill and determination to put down Kujata, then it is you. There is, of course, the matter of Sygard's vengeance. You don't want to disappoint the poor boy now, do you? Let us be about this trial, Poppy. I shall meet you on Salt Strand in Lower Lunesca, where your training is to take place. Well, naturally, I will be there. Without me, you'll like to forget to attend your wounds and bleed to death. I suppose I might as well get this done with, since I'm here. Well, this should be the place. I don't see... Ah, do you sense that encroaching aura of violence, Poppy? Pray unlimber that axe of yours. That seems to be the last of them. Compared to what we faced before, though, it wasn't terribly... So this is the indomitable Poppy Combatter. Who in the seven hells are you? Wait, is that...
We've deemed you worthy of a challenge. Come, Marauder, let's test the edge of your steel.
Oh, brother.
It seems my underlings approved you with a poor sport. Very well, I shall take your measure with my own blade. Do not think to show me quarter, Poppy, for I shall surely show you none. I yield! Your strength has humbled us all. Aye, it might just be enough. We are done here, my colleagues. Drag away those who cannot stand. Your display of prowess was truly impressive, Poppy. Worthy indeed.
What a ridiculous charade. Did he honestly think we couldn't see through those paltry disguises? Though I am confident my brother's act was not born of malice. Rather, he hoped by concealing his identity that the trial would seem more threatening, thus increasing its effectiveness. Not an entirely successful undertaking, but one must appreciate his intentions. It is time you return to the guild. Oh, and as a favor to me, pray indulge Wyrnzo in his little deception. Subterfuge is not a marauder's forte. Okay, with that out of the way. Cedar wood.
An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. Maelstrom Command sent you? How do I know you're not an Inspiria spy? You don't even have a uniform. Be at ease, sir. We have our Maelstrom. You are a Garland Enlightworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. You must be Combatir. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials.
I've never seen a craft with this design. It must be Garland's work. Isn't there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We're taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must. And bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes.
Scouting party for the Castro Mount Occidents, I say. Seem they want your ship, engineer. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? Isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first airship we've been built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland. Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring, she really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Alright, pay attention. We're gonna hit these Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in the gut, but they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lalafell. What say you, Combatir? Ready to give those curs a hiding? Like a tidal wave, lads! Charge!
To an ambush! To arms!
Damn it, I don't have my full combo again.
Oh, jeez.
Dead. Biggs!
Oh, Biggs! He's got onion hair.
Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship.
That was a close one.
Too damn close. So, how's she look anyway?
The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can ring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne.
A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the Trinity Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Combatier, you're free to return to Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll confirm command of the part you played today. Just wanted to say sorry. You know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads there, we'd be chained up in the dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge!
Thank you. We're very grateful.
Speak to him. Okay.
I've been using tickets to travel to Limbs Elemental when I could have been doing that the whole time. What a waste of tickets!
Which way is the... There it is. I could have sworn I just saw 2 chickens.
Welcome back, Combatier. I just heard the report. You needn't be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. I must admit I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of, after you properly introducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of your induction... There's another quest. There's another quest. Hold on. I forget what's what. Oh, okay, that's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. My keys don't work. Dang it. My keys don't work. Dang it. There's another quest. You're welcome here, Poppy Combatier. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to join our ranks is most heartening. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it's only right that I tell you exactly what it is that you will be joining. A grand company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing organization which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force capable of standing against the nation's deadliest enemies. We of the Maelstrom are charged with meeting threats posed by the Primals and the Garlean Empire, and solving the many problems caused by the Calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our colors has a role to play in keeping the great warship that is Limsa Laminsa afloat, and whatever heading Chief Admiral Merweb blows wind would cease fit to sail. As part of this grand vessel's crew, you will be expected to take your turn at the oars, for the winds do not look favorable, lass, and strength of arm may be all that sees us safe to port. If I've lost you with talk of ship and oar, let me put it another way. A Maelstrom soldier labors till her last breath, fights till her last drop of blood. We give all of us in service to this nation, and no less is expected of you. Look, man, I just want the chocobo. Combatir, it is customary for new recruits to swear an oath of their own choosing upon entering the Maelstrom's ranks. Is there aught you'd like to say? Give me a chocobo. Give my sword till sea swells all. What skills I have are yours till sea swells all. I will follow the Admiral to the very bottom of the abyss. No love for grandiose proclamations, eh? Ha! Such silent resolve is not uncommon across the brothers and sisters of the sea. Sometimes that you have to replug your keyboard. Oh, dang it. Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. Poppy Combator, I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. Welcome aboard, Private. May you serve Lim's elements so well, till see us all as all. Yay! Now can I have my chocobo? Can you hear me, Poppy? This is Menphilia. An officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Combator. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask you to pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a woman of the storm, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. No rest for the wicked, eh? Before you make your safe scarce, I recommend having a word with Commander Riki. Might be worth your while. Dang it. My little chocobo! My little chocobo! I can get a chocobo! My own personal chocobo! Well, if it isn't Private Combator, I must say the tales of your deeds have been an inspiration to all the troops. Our duties take us far and wide, and I'll wager you slogged across quite a few malms of countryside on naught but your own 2 feet. Such a sterling soldier of the Maelstrom deserves her own steed. Let us see about having one issued to you. All you need to do is obtain a Storm Chocobo issuance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have this steed, present it to Fergrim, and she will see you saddled up with one of our trusty birds. Chocobo! Where? Is it in the lower section? Give me Chocobo! Give me Chocobo! What a bird issued, you say? Then I'll need to see your Storm Chocobo issuance. Of course, you'll need to exchange storm seals for it. You can earn these by completing tasks for the Maelstrom, Limbs of the Mince's Grand Company. Dang it! I need storm seals? How do I get storm seals again? How do I get storm seals? Hold on. Daily roulette fates, company quests, and exchanging crafted items through delivery missions. I want Chocobo, dang it! No, that's not right. That's the high line. How do I get... It's over here, isn't it? Payment in storm seals. Seals are a type of currency. Assisting in the resolution of fate. I just want company seals. No, I don't want free company. No? Take my stuff! Do I have to talk with the levy mate? I don't understand. Where do I get seals? I don't want a quest. It just says acquire 200 things. It doesn't say how. Through delivery missions. I feel like Nanu taught me this and I've forgotten. I don't know. I don't want to run out and do a bunch of fates right now. I should probably end the stream and go to bed soon. I'll have to get the Chocobo next stream, I guess. Or off screen. Dang it. I can't, I don't know. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. We'll try talking to him one more time because I have an idea, but if it doesn't work, probably going to end the stream here and wait for Nanu to tell me. I have this old axe. You won't take my old axe. I have this old pod helmet. You won't take my old pod helmet. This old kuta. Nope. Tabard? Nope. Will you take these gloves? Nope. You won't take anything I give you. Lentils and chestnuts. Insufficient items. Can't I just give you stuff? Dang it. Yeah, I don't know. I really should be going to bed soon, or at least relaxing. So I think I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks everyone for joining in. Let's see who we can raid. Alkalic. I can raid Alkalic. Raid time.